Yo, children, it's your emo daddy, Sean.
And Riley.
We're in an emo core band from Portland, Oregon, and we do reacts. We got another returning guest here, Slaughter to Prevail. I'm excited for this.
I still bump like Baba Yaga and shit from time. I'm a huge fan of this band.
Some of the first that we actually did reactions to, and I was blown away. The
Yeah, I
dude's a
think they were
beast,
the
man.
first one we ever got any kind of traction on.
I
too,
think so, yeah.
Which is cool. So they have a special place on our channel.
That's right. I'm so happy that the heaviness is getting so much recognized.
Absolutely.
You know? Alex Terrible's a beast, and he's in great shape.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, and I like too that they have kind of more of an old school deathcore sound, which is what I really came up on. It's really nice to see that although I love bands like, you know, Lorna Shore, Signs of the Swarm, stuff like that, it's really cool to see a band who's more carrying that old school deathcore torch actually like getting love right alongside them, because the old school sound I'm always a huge fan of.
I'm excited for it. If you want to check out our music, it's nothing like this. We're in an emo core band. We have a 5-song EP out called Novellas. You can stream it on all the major streaming platforms. We also have a new song that we released at the end of last year called A Letter to Myself. We also have a bunch of emo covers up.
We do.
So if you want to take a trip down memory lane.
If you want to take a trip down memory lane, what the fuck, dude?
Hello.
If you want to take a trip down memory lane,
You say it. Fuck.
If you want to take a trip down memory lane, go check that out. We've done covers from bands like The Used, Taking Back Sunday, My Chemical Romance, just songs that we grew up on that we love. So it'd mean a lot if you check that out. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Ghost Killer Entertainment,
and Solar Guitars. Make sure you hit subscribe and tap that bell. Ding, ding.
All right, so this is Bratva by Slaughter to Prevail. I think I said that correctly. Live in Moscow. Nice. I love their logo.
They're all in great shape.
Yeah, their drummer's a fucking monster.
I could do my laundry on their washboards.
Right?
It's got to get so hot in those masks the whole time.
Oh, yeah. I really like their lighting rig on stage.
Yeah.
That's pretty unique. I like that.
I love that he comes out just wearing some fucking gym shorts. Let's do this. Nice little
Love the
four on the floor.
yeah.
Get out of my head and into my bed.
Old Pantera breakdown.
Yeah. Nice, just breaks out to the drums and bass, vocals. I like that. Little two-stepping.
Fuck yeah.
That snare sounds phenomenal.
Yeah, it does.
There was almost a little singing on that, on the end of that. That was cool.
That's a nice thick guitar tone.
Yeah. I'm gonna look like that eventually, dude. Be
Right?
prepared.
This has got a great groove to it.
Yeah. Almost gives me like some Machine Head vibes to it.
Oh, okay. This song is proof that you can write a heavy as fuck song without just, you know, open chords and 30 seconds between each chug.
Yeah.
This is fucking heavy.
And you don't have to be sweeping everywhere all the time.
Yep. I like that transition.
Yeah, that fill really brought it together nice.
I really like that they keep breaking back to this 4 on the floor.
Such a chunky scream.
Oh, yeah.
So jealous of that. I love when they break into that double time on the snare.
Yeah. Nice little dotted 8th note section there. It's a bit more melodic.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's what I'm not used to, is that staying up in the higher. That's cool. That little 1-2, 1-2. Gotta love that. Ooh, nice hi-hat work there.
I like this transitional part. I like that they haven't blown their load on a breakdown yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The circle pit looks like the perfect place to blow the load on the breakdown.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. That 808 drop, hell yeah.
That was sick. Not what I was expecting.
Not at all. That was, you know, I always say the full package, and that really was it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really nice master class in writing a deathcore song that actually has movement. And, you know, it's cool to kind of... Lorna Shore's To the Hellfire is another good example where, like, you can have heavy shit throughout the song, and then the ending, you really... bring it, you know? And that I liked a lot, because they were kind of like... The breakdowns were kind of like slight alterations of, like, the verses, but it kind of maintained the feel, and then that end one has a totally different feel, and it... You know what I mean? Like, well, it just moves really nicely through the song.
Well, we've talked about this before. This is the prime example of if you base an entire song around breakdowns, the actual breakdown that's supposed to have the effect, it loses its momentum because it's just monotonous. So this is the prime example. You know, we were waiting for the build-up, and right at the end there, it just had us bobbing. And I love that they started out, the final breakdown, it started out with a standard time signature, and then they dropped it again into halftime.
Yeah.
So when they came to the final breakdown, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I thought they were going to do something even a little bit slower, and then they broke into it. So it was really cool to me that they didn't just break right into that halftime, because a lot of bands do that, and they'll do it repeating over and over, so it just loses its effect for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a lot of respect for this band, too, because they, you know, when their initial few tracks came out that were getting a lot of hype, they've, like Demolisher, if you do what you did with Demolisher with the super low tuned vocals and the breakdowns and shit, if you do that in every song, no song is cool.
Yeah.
You know, or Baba Yaga, if you do like the shit you did in Baba Yaga leading into the breakdown with the vocal, if you do that in every song, all your fucking shit is exactly the same. And instead, you know, they go out and they write a cool, heavy track that's also a lot more melodic than a lot of their other shit.
Very.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I always respect bands that don't pigeonhole themselves, you know, and they're a good example of that. I like that a lot.
I am a super fan of bands that can remain super heavy as far as it's always nasty vocals, but like you said, super melodic instrumentally. Another band that's great at that, Unearth. They don't have a lot of clean singing, but dude, their music is so melodic that it encompasses the song itself. That's how this song was for me.
Yeah.
You know, it had that real grit to it, so it's gonna appeal to those people that like Baba Yaga and you know, some of the other stuff that they're more accustomed to hearing.
Yeah.
But it also has that really appealing chord structure that can really translate well to other people that might not normally be into this style of music. So
yeah, 100%.
Really dug that a lot.
It's cool too, because like, you know, that's a just fun like ass beater song. Throw in the middle of your set. It's fucking rad. And then if you tail that with Demolisher or Baba Yaga or one of their other heavier tracks, you can have that like nice energetic song and then lead it straight into like something that's heavy as fuck. and then your set actually has movement. That's one of the biggest problems with deathcore bands, in my opinion, is you see them live and their entire fucking set is right there. And you can't differentiate songs. You know, if it's a band sure, but if I go see a deathcore band that I'm unfamiliar with and I have no variation in the set,
right,
it just nothing's
it all
heavy
blends
at that
together.
point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So another band that's great at that is a band called Falsifier from Canada, and if you haven't heard them, you should.
Hell yeah.
They have a song called Dog Eat Dog that's fucking great.
Yeah. Absolutely phenomenal drum work on that too.
Yeah.
Man, that guy was great. He was all over the place. He had that old school 4 on the floor beat that obviously we both liked a lot.
Yeah.
The hi-hat work. And then, good God, whoever mixed that fucking snare, please mix our snare and work for us. That'd be great. It'll be worth it, I promise.
Yeah. You'll get paid in exposure. It'll be awesome. Yeah. No, that was great. On that note, too, I mean, the musicianship in this band is extremely high caliber.
Right.
But, you know, I always come back to it. You don't have to jerk off on the fretboard to write good music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, obviously, their drummer could do more than play 4 on the floor and shit, but that is what the song needed.
Exactly.
So that is what he did.
Well, and kind of back to what you're talking about as far as throwing this in the middle of like a really heavy set that might kind of run together. It refreshes the set for the listeners.
Absolutely.
You know, because it gets your ears used to hearing this, which is, it's still in the same realm, but it's quite a deal different than what you had heard, you know, the first 4 or 5 songs.
Absolutely.
And then it gets your ears excited to hear the other heavy stuff again too. So
yeah, then you break into something more like riff based, you know, maybe more quick on the double kicks, lower, higher on the vocals.
right.
Yeah, it's great. I really
good
like
palate
it.
cleanser.
Yeah, and those can get really boring in a set too. But when you have something written as well as that was for that palate cleanser, your set's in a pretty good place.
This one had me captured bobbing from the beginning to the very end. And I also want to point out 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Perfect length for a song, okay?
Yeah.
So there's that.
Well, that's the Deftones song.
Well, I'll edit that part out.
Wow, that didn't feel like a 5-minute song.
This song was so engaging from beginning to end. I didn't realize it was, 4 minutes and...
Yeah, 5 minutes long.
Almost
basically.
5 minutes long, so that is very impressive. There's not a lot of songs that break 4 minutes that they don't feel like a 4 or 5 minute song to me. Even the songs that I love.
Yeah, there's always like, okay, why is this middle section so goddamn long?
I would have cut this part out, or why did they repeat that again so much? But
that breakdown doesn't need to be 32 bars.
Right, exactly. Yeah. No, they did a great job. They nailed it. Check out our music. We got a 5-song EP out called Novellas.
Yep.
We are in a band, and that's really why we do these reacts. We love hanging out with you guys and checking out music and all that, but the main goal is obviously getting our music out. In fact, all the music that you hear when we're talking, that's actually from our 5-song EP, Novellas. Yep. If you like what you hear, go check us out. We do sell merch. There's a link in the description of the video to our merch store.
And if you like Slaughter to Prevail, go pick up some of their merch.
Exactly.
That really is the only way that you're able to make a dent in anything musically. And yeah, we're trying to upgrade this channel, do more cool things, and that's really the way that we're going to be able to do that, is if we move some merch.
And speaking of doing new and cool stuff, supporting us helps us being able to do fun stuff like this.
Alex terrible right there. Eyebrow thing even looks like his scarification.
Dude, straight up. If you're ever going through some rough issues and you need a great group of people that just lift each other up, head on over to Facebook. There's a group called The Spirit World. Bunch of great people from all over the world that lift each other up in your time of need, and you know, it really helps to not feel alone when you're going through issues.
Absolutely.
Want to give a quick shout out to Willow for starting that group. She's done a great job in cultivating a family there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We have shows coming up. If you want to check those out, follow us on Facebook. We update our show calendar there frequently.
Yep.
We also have a Twitch stream. We have a TikTok and an Instagram. We're everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. We're coming everywhere. If you don't get that reference, go watch some of our older videos and you'll see it.
Yes, I
That's
stole
right.
that from comedian Tom Segura.
And I left it in there.
Yep.
Hit subscribe and tap that bell. Ding, ding, ding. And welcome
To
the
Spirit
World.
Later, fam.